Hey, I'm Mike.
And I'm Darren.
Today we're going to be reviewing a game that I know many of you played.
Final Fantasy VII.
That's right.
This was Square's first attempt at jumping from 2D to 3D. And though cliché, it was very monumental to the video game world as video game standards became higher. Graphically, Final Fantasy VII was far ahead of its time. The pre-rendered backgrounds were the HD of 1997. The CG cutscenes became the standard of what FMVs should be. Badass. The story's pretty basic. You play as a mercenary, Cloud. At first, you're just doing little jobs for a rebel group named Avalanche. But what starts off as little jobs grows into something bigger until you're saving the world with a colorful cast of characters, which include a bar owner, a ninja girl, and Batman.
Final Fantasy VII took a whole new turn in RPGs. Yes, it's still a turn-based RPG with random battles, but it introduces a new way to fight with the ATB, or Active Time Battle, system. Instead of choosing your attacks, waiting for things to happen, and then doing it all over again, everything is happening in real time, dictated by each character's and enemy's time bar. This causes the game to require on-your-feet thinking and add a new concept to RPGs.
There are times in this game when you're just getting your ass handed to you. That's when limit breaks come into play. Limits are specials that you can unleash when damage builds up that rapes any enemy that you come across.
The customization aspect of the game is pretty much like any of the other Final Fantasies. You equip a weapon, armor, and accessory to each character, and better equipment has better stats. Nothing special, right? Well, then there's materia, which are magical orbs that allow you to perform all sorts of, magic, special commands, and of course, summoning.
So Darren, since we're on summoning, what's your favorite summon?
I have to say Knights of the Round.
You know, I'd probably have to say Knights of the Round also. Just because if you have that summon, you're pretty much set the rest of the whole game.
Would you know that the summoning sequence is like a minute long?
Kick ass.
You know what? This is ridiculous. Let's just go to King Arthur. Before 7, the world of Final Fantasy was flat. Now in 3D, the world map has become expansive, with new ways to traverse the land. You got your buggy, broken plane, submarine, and standard airship, which pretty much renders the others obsolete.
Yeah, but nothing beats riding a chocobo. You can find, catch, and breed chocobos to access new areas. This adds a little something extra to the game, as do some other mini-games and side quests.
One of my favorite things about this game is the soundtrack.
Yeah, Nobuo Uematsu really tried to make game music recognized as real music by composing this soundtrack.
This soundtrack is so catchy and memorable, I even have it on CD.
So do I.
I mean, just listen to that catchy tune.
Even though Final Fantasy VII is a highly reviewed game, it's still not perfect.
Yeah, you know they fucked up on some things.
For example, there's a lot of translation errors in this game. Like, during the first boss, it says attack while its tail is up. It's gonna counterattack with its laser. What the hell is it talking about? Look, the manual even comes with a little mini strategy guide. And in the strategy guide, it even tells you what to do on that boss. In the game it says, attack while its tail is up. But look at this thing. It says, attacking the boss while his tail is up will just cause him to counterattack with his super weapon, the tail laser. Yeah, I don't want to fuck with the super weapon. Here's another error. It says you have to jump before it gets too close. But to get past this part, you have to wait until it's at its closest point. What the fuck?
I think there's something missing. The S is fucking backwards. You know what else pissed me off? You spend the whole first disc leveling up Ares, and then she ends up dying. What a waste of time.
You know what, Darren, you see that as a complaint, but when she died, I was actually kind of glad because she just took up space.
Well, you're just an asshole.
Despite all that, it's still a good game.
Yeah, even after 10 years, Final Fantasy VII is still one of the greatest RPGs of all time, topping even many of today's RPGs.
You know, it's been said many times, and we're not any different. It's damn good.
If you haven't played this game, where the hell were you in 1997?